The Lockheed Martin-designed F-22 Raptor represented the world's first fifth-generation fighter when it took to the skies more than 4 decades ago. The formidable fighter, known for its tiny cross-radar section that makes it extremely challenging for enemy jets to detect, may be relegated to retirement pretty soon. While the U.S. Air Force has openly discussed its new next-generation air dominance (NGAD) program for years, the competition to field the stealth fighter's design has officially commenced. Now that the race to field the NGAD program is in the works, the future of the F-22 hangs even more in the balance. According to the service, the winning designer of America's next-generation airframe will be announced as early as next year. The Department of the Air Force released a classified solicitation to industry for an engineering and manufacturing development contract for the next-generation air dominance platform, with the intent to award a contract in 2024. The release says, noting that this solicitation release formally begins the source selection process, providing industry with the requirements the DAF expects for NGAD as the future replacement of the F-22. Additionally, the next-generation air dominance fighter that's set to replace the Raptor is still many years away from fielding and in its earliest stages of development, the aide said. Last month, the Air Force kicked off the competition stage of that program and has said it will select a contractor in calendar 2024. Lawmakers on the House Armed Services Committee would once again block the Air Force's bid to retire older F-22 Raptor fighter jets, a setback for service officials who sought to repurpose the fighter's sustainment dollars to fund its next-generation successor. In 2022, the U.S. House and Senate Armed Services Committee urged the Air Force to upgrade its aging Raptor fighters instead of nixing them altogether. The service, however, hopes to use the $500 million necessary to properly maintain the remaining 32 Block 20 F-22s on its NGAD program instead. The Air Force sought permission to retire 32 Block 20 Raptors in FY24 that service officials emphasized are not combat-coded, a move Congress blocked last year. Despite confidence from the service's top civilian that the divestments would finally be granted, House authorizers would still not permit them, according to a senior committee aide. The FY23 prohibition on retirements for F-22s still stands, the aide told Breaking Defense. Members view that the F-22 proposal is problematic because the Block 20 is combat-capable depending on the threat environment. Our most advanced F-22, the Block 30 25th aircraft, would then be required to absorb the training pipeline workload, adding unnecessary wear and tear to our most combat-capable fleet and very small fleet of remaining F-22s, the aide explained. According to a legislative proposal submitted by the Air Force, approximately $400 million could be saved annually between FY24 and FY27 and under $200 million in FY28 if the fighters are junked, money that the service instead repurposed for NGAD. Lieutenant Gen Richard Moore, Air Force Deputy Chief of Staff for Plans and Programs, warned in April that if the divestments are blocked and additional funds are not appropriated to maintain the fighters, there will be $500 million of something that won't get done. Initiated nearly a decade ago, the Air Force's NGAD program was conceptualized to design a capable sixth-generation fighter jet by the 2030s. As tensions between Beijing and Washington have ramped up in recent years, however, this timeline may be shortened if the right funds and technologies are made available to the Air Force. Back in 2014, the service launched its Aerospace Innovation Initiative in order to incorporate the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency's DARPA air dominance study into a next-generation airframe. Although the NGAD program is often affiliated with a singular replacement fighter for the Raptor, the program actually refers to a family of system, featuring unmanned drone wingmen expected to accompany the manned sixth-generation jet. Earlier this year, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall announced plans to purchase at least 1,000 of these drone wingmen, with the expectation that 200 new NGAD fighters will each fly with 2 drone wingmen at their side, and another 300 Block 4 F-35s also getting 1 pair of drones each as well. The branch aims to invest over $500 million into this effort in 2024. Provisions for the F-22 and ARRW could still change as the full committee debates the legislation, which must then be approved by the House and negotiated with their counterparts in the Senate. Appropriators in the House and Senate could also further alter the outcome, such as by appropriating extra funds for F-22 sustainment or continued testing for ARRW. Specifically, the Air Force sought $150 million R&D funds in FY24 per ARW to complete the program's all-up-round testing, which service officials have described as critical to evaluate the fast-flying weapon's performance. Denying those funds would truncate the testing and could effectively shutter the program after the current fiscal year, assuming the Air Force does not resume testing in a future budget cycle or go on to procure the ARW from manufacturer Lockheed Martin. If you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe this video, as I appreciate all your support.